Do Butlers, Burgle Banks, a book by P.G.Wodehouse, was published in 1968. The story took place in Worcestershire, England. There are 15 chapters in this book, which told a story about Horace Appleby and his gang, the richest crooks in England. It has a slight sense of British humor and a happy ending for everyone. If you're looking for a fun book with no complicated understanding, this should be a right fit for you. Character list. Horace Appleby. He was the head and the masterminds of the Appleby gang, well known and respected in criminal circles. He is a middle-aged, bald, and stout man. He uses his polite manner to cover his identity as a crook. Like a saying from this book, bishops look as thugs beside him. He treats the boy that work for him as if they are his sons. Ferdy the Fly, a member from the Appleby gang. He was small and wizened and wore always a rather anxious look. He can climb on any wall of any house by using his fingers, toes, and personal magnetism. He is also a cook for Horace and very loyal to him. Llewellyn Basher Evans, also known as Basher, a member of Appleby gang and an expert in opening safes. He's colossal. Wherever a man could bulge with his muscle, he bulged. Charlie Yost, a member of Appleby gang. He was a pleasant, soft-spoken little man with an inoffensive face. In fact, he's a man who feels nude without a gun. He, for some reasons, moved his career from Chicago to England and joined Appleby. Michael Bond, also known as Mike, nephew and successor of Sir Hugo Bond, the founder of Bond's Bank and also the sponsor of all facilities in Worcestershire. Mike doesn't like banking but takes the job out of respect for his uncle. He's a typical British gentleman, smart and polite. Ada Coote, Michael's secretary. She considers Michael a good boss and thus she's loyal to him. She is Horace's sweetheart because her cooking talent strikes him, but she rejects him due to his identity. Later, they got married. Jill Willard, a home nurse for Isabel Bond, Michael's maiden aunt. She's Michael's fiancée and Ada's best friend. She's intelligent and thus able to find out many hidden truths. She loves Michael and can sacrifice anything for him. Book Overview, Scene 1. On one lovely night, as Ada was approaching her house door, she saw a bald and stout man pausing to take his wallet out. Suddenly, a predator appeared and took it away. Ada, with a quick response, used the umbrella to make him trip over and drop the wallet. The man she saved was Horace. To thank Ada, he took her to a nearby tea shop. In here, an idea of burgling Bond's bank and love for Ada sparked in his mind. Scene 2. Horace figured out there was no jewelry in the house, but there was in the bank. Therefore, he became a butler at Mallow Hall, Michael's house, to collect information about the bank. He had used the same method to rob a jewelry store before, so he had always been a professional butler that no one doubted. This also explains the title Do Butlers, Burgle Banks, where Horace uses butler role to rob banks. Scene 3. Jill decided to overhear Michael's conversation with the bank trustees. He admitted the bank's failure since Sir Hugo Bond had been an embezzler who had taken money from all accounts to build hospitals and libraries to earn fame. They thought of hiring a man to shoot Michael to take the insurance money. Jill, on the other hand, planned on burgling the bank with Ada so that the inspectors wouldn't know how much money was taken away and Michael wouldn't have to take the shot. Scene 4. Jill and Ada arrive at the bank to steal from the safe. The safe is a concrete symbol for money and secrets in this book, since it contains some leftover of the bank and Michael's secret of its failure. Ada knew the code because she had made Michael write it down in his notebook. But what they didn't expect was the amateurs would meet the professional Appleby gang there. Out of fear, Ada hid in the safe. When Ferdy the Fly accidentally opened it, he saw her, and the safe was again closed. Appleby immediately called Michael to tell him that he was burgling the bank and asked if he could have the code to save Ada. After waking up, Ada was convinced by Jill and she accepted Horace's proposal. Scene 5. Horace, Michael, Jill, and Ada now cooperate to set up a scene of being robbed. Although they had a perfect story to cover, they couldn't trick Scotland Yard Potter. He could tell the whole story as if he had been there at the bank. He's a very smart inspector, so he was able to find out the truth. He then asked the court for a search warrant to search Mallow Hall to find the missing money. Unexpectedly, the gunman who had been set up to shoot Michael for his insurance money mistakenly shot Potter. Hence, Michael had more time to hide money carefully. In the end, 3 richest crooks in Appleby gang, including Horace himself, gave Michael a total of £100,000 to save his bank. Everyone solved their issues and lived happily. Conclusion. The moral of this story can be seen as not to judge someone by their looks. However, the theme of the book is rather humorous and is purely a comedy. It can be summarized by Isabel Bonds, Michael's aunt, saying, "My brother robs the bank, my butler robs the bank, my nurse robs the bank, my nephew robs the bank, and his secretary robs the bank."